Hi guys, welcome to my channel. On today's episode, I'll be discussing how to travel from Nigeria to either Dubai, UK or Canada despite the travel ban. But before I proceed, please kindly subscribe to this channel or click on the notifications icon so that every time I make a new post like this, you'll be the first to catch it. Now, let's get into it. First of all, Happy New Year. Now, this is the first video I'll be making this year. And if you're trying to travel to some countries, you just realize that, oh, there's a ban. Don't worry, now there's a way to go about it. Now this is what this video is all about, and I'll be discussing the requirements, what you need to know, things you should get handy if you're moving from Nigeria to this country. And I'll be telling you how the best way to go about it, the best, cheapest and the safest way to go about it. Now let's get into it. Now if you're traveling from Nigeria to Dubai, there's been a back and forth between the Nigerian government and the Dubai government, and it has been crazy in the sense that we've seen series of stuff like crazy ban on Nigerians trying to trying to visit Dubai. Now this has not stopped yet, but however, there's still a ban on people that are male that are below 35 years of age. If you're a female, you're free to go, but if you're a male, you have to, and you're below 35 years, you have to chill for now. However, there's been other measures that have been put in place. Either you travel with your spouse or you travel with your mother, you have to have the same surname. Sometimes this works, but nobody can promise you 100%. But this is still the surest way to go about it. Traveling from Nigeria to UK, Dubai, or Canada, you can go through Benin Republic. The safest method is to go through Benin Republic. If you are traveling from Nigeria to Dubai through Benin Republic, you need two different documents. Number one, your international passport, and number two, the yellow fever card. Now, if you are looking for ways to get your yellow fever card, you can check my past video. I will drop a link to the video in the description box so that you can follow up on it on how to get your yellow fever card in Nigeria. So getting a yellow fever card, it doesn't just stop there. You need two basic vaccines. You need the yellow fever vaccine and the hepatitis vaccine. So make sure you have these two vaccines stamped on your yellow fever card before you travel, and make sure you get this vaccination done 10 days before your travel date. If not, you have issues at the border. And also, this is something nobody has been talking about. However, crossing the Nigerian border can be crazy. So let me prepare you for this trip. And that's because it is one of the busiest borders, and that's because most of the goods coming from Ghana, Togo, Benin Republic, they actually come through that border. So now this is why you should be well prepared, and that's because there are multiple checkpoints. So if you are prepared for this, you wouldn't have much issue. First of all, if you have a laptop or you have anything you feel might put into trouble, you might have to drop it. And if you have a laptop, make sure you hold the receipt. And if you don't have a receipt for the laptop, make sure you get a receipt for the laptop before you make that trip. And that's because sometimes I've seen situations whereby mobile policemen will just stop you and they'll be asking for a receipt. Obviously, you know what they want, right? So this is why you should be prepared. Get receipt for important stuff like your laptop and the likes. Now, secondly, now you have to be prepared for the worst. Make sure you're not carrying anything that might put you into trouble. Don't carry another person's documents. So make sure you are 100% clean. That way you'll be able to argue and fight. Let me put it that way. So next thing you want to understand is how to get into Benin Republic from Nigeria. Now there are two basic borders to get into Benin Republic from Nigeria. There is the Diroko border and there is the Seme border. Please don't go through the Diroko border. Go through the Seme border. And that's because I've seen situations in the past where people that went through a Diroko border were deported back. So just go through the Seme border, and once you get to the Seme border, don't patronize start. You can actually stamp your passport yourself, and even if you meet some of these officials on duty telling you they want to stamp for you, you might, if you want them to, they will charge you money, but you don't have to. You just tell them you want to stamp it yourself. So move towards the immigration point at the border, stamp your documents yourself. So they will you meet the guys on seat, give them your passport, they will stamp it for you. You don't have to give it to anyone to do it for you. That's the reality. Getting to Benin Republic, the first thing you want to do is to change your currency from Naira to Sefa. And that's because you'll be needing loads and loads of Sefa. Now also, the COVID requirement, if you are traveling from Nigeria to Benin Republic, you need to stay in Benin Republic for a minimum of 14 days. Now, this is the COVID protocol whenever you are visiting Benin Republic. So you need to stay minimum of 14 days. Now, what this means is this. For the countries that are blacklisted, so if you have traveled to any of those countries within the last 10 days, you would have to quarantine in some of those countries. The advantage of the 14 days in Benin Republic is the fact that you would have stayed more than 10 days in Benin Republic, which automatically strips you of you having to quarantine whenever you get to that country. So that is the advantage of the 14 days in Benin Republic. And that is the standard COVID protocol whenever you are visiting Benin Republic from Nigeria or any other country. So you need to stay in Benin Republic for a minimum of 15 days or 14 days to travel. So next thing is, after staying 14 days, I would advise you to stay more than 14 days, maybe 15 days. And that's because sometimes the calculation can be funny. So I've seen a situation where someone actually did 13 days thinking it was 14 days and they have to send this person back. So make sure you stay more than 14 days if you are not sure of the calculation. So stay more than 14, maybe 15 or 16 days. Then that's where you can now go for your COVID test. Now, there are two kinds of tests in Benin Republic. There is the regular test and there is the VIP test. I've always done the VIP test for my clients, so it is better to just go for the VIP test. It is much more expensive in the sense that it is about 76,000 CFA, which is roughly about 76,000 naira, and the regular one is about 55,000 CFA, which is still about 55,000 Nigeria currency. So once you do this COVID test, if you do the VIP tests before 12 o'clock, the result comes out same day. If you do it after 12, sometimes it could come the same day or the following day. Now, this is the reason why you should make sure you do it on time. So that way you get your test that same day. So once you're done with this test, then you can travel. In case you're wondering, since there are no flights directly from Nigeria, where can you book your flights? Now, I'll be dropping a link below where you can book flights to either Dubai, UK, or Canada from Benin Republic. So once you book your flight, you can then travel. Now, there's been, let me say, people call it a scam, but I will just explain how it works. So if you get to some of these countries, automatically they just tell you have COVID-19. Please don't fall for that scam. Always ask to see the tests, and that's because if you're traveling from, let's say, Nigeria to Ghana, you have to go through flights because the borders are currently closed. The road borders are currently closed, so you have to go through flights. So on getting to Ghana, they'll do another test. Once you get to Ghana, they just tell you automatically that you have COVID-19. Always ask to see the results. Most of the time, now this has been known that there's this new, let me use the word scam around that. Even when you don't have COVID, they just say you have COVID, and the next thing they're locking you up in a facility, and you'll be asked to pay a particular sum of money before you can stay in that facility. Now, always ensure, if they tell you have COVID, ensure you see the result first. So, and apart from this, there are some things you should do before you travel. And that's because if you're traveling to some other countries that they use, I don't know the kind of test that they use at the airport. So make sure you treat malaria, trust me. And that's because I think sometimes what's happening in Ghana is the fact that maybe they are test kit, I don't know, but just treat malaria before you travel. Make sure you treat malaria at least 5 days before you travel. And that's because with this, you would have, if you have malaria in your system, because sometimes I think some of these rapid test device might pick malaria for COVID. So always ensure you treat malaria before you travel. This is what I've seen. You do a COVID test in Nigeria, which is the PCR test, and you'll be negative. Then you get to the airport and you're doing another test like the rapid test, and the next thing you are confirmed positive. And you do a PCR test, probably still in Ghana, you are negative. So always treat malaria. So once you treat malaria, you should be fine. So now basically this is everything you need to know regarding traveling from Nigeria to either Dubai, Canada, or UK. You should also know that UK has actually removed Nigeria from the red list, but if you still feel you want to travel through Benin Republic, it's still an option. This is everything you need to know regarding traveling from Nigeria to Dubai, UK, Canada from Nigeria despite the ban. And this is January 2022. So if you have any question, inquiries, if you need more clarification, you can drop a comment in the comment section below. You can ask questions. I'll be more than happy to respond to all your questions. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.